Hello everyone, welcome to chemistry class. Here we are with the next part of the chapter number 9, carbon. We'll discuss the next topic now, carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is a gas. It is one of the forms of the carbon only. It is present in the air. Natural air contains about 0.03% of carbon dioxide. The amount is not fixed. This percentage varies. The carbon dioxide percentage is more greater in the cities due to the pollution, to the air pollution, than in the countryside. So always this ratio or this percentage of carbon dioxide in the air is varying, but normally we consider it about 0.03% of CO2 is present in the air. This CO2 gas is being regularly used by the plants for the process of photosynthesis, and it is given out by the same plants only and animals during the respiration. It is present in the form of carbonates, like in the minerals, like marble contains carbonate, that is carbon dioxide in the form of carbonates, that is CaCO3. Next is dolomite, MgCO3, CaCO3. Next is calamine, that is zinc carbonate. So all these carbonate minerals are having carbon dioxide. In which form that is present? It is present in the form of carbonate. You can see this is the formula, CO3. So CO2 is present in this carbonate only. Next, we will see now how we can obtain carbon dioxide, how we can produce, how we can form this by different chemical reactions. We will see. So first method to obtain carbon dioxide is burning of the carbon and the carbon-based fuels. Wherever it is written, we will speak it as carbon. So when we burn carbon or carbon-based fuels, then we can easily produce carbon dioxide gas. So here you can see the equation. If carbon dioxide is to be produced, then we can take carbon and burn it in the excess of air or oxygen. That is, if proper oxygen is available, then carbon will convert into carbon dioxide. This reaction, what is happening? Addition is happening. Addition of oxygen is happening, and hence it is called as oxidation reaction. Oxidation of carbon is happening in this reaction. If oxygen is not properly available, if there is an insufficient supply of the air or carbon dioxide, in that case carbon monoxide will produce. Carbon dioxide will not form if proper oxygen is not there. This carbon monoxide is a poisonous gas. So here you can see the equation, 2C plus carbon gives carbon monoxide. So what is the difference in both of these? Here you can see carbon 1 and here carbon 2. So if carbon dioxide is to be produced, then oxygen should be properly available. If it is insufficient supply, if there is lack of oxygen gas, if there is shortage of oxygen gas, then carbon dioxide cannot be produced on burning carbon. It will produce carbon monoxide. Next, now we'll continue carbon based fuels now, like carbon compressed natural gas, CNG, which is having what? It is having methane. CNG gas is nothing else, it is methane. This is the formula, CH4. CH4 is methane gas, and it is one of the major gases present in CNG, compressed natural gas. Also another thing, that is LPG, liquefied petroleum gas. It contains butane. Butane formula is C4H10. C4H10 is butane, and it is present in what? It is present in liquefied petroleum gas, the gas cylinders used in the kitchens. So for cooking food it is used. So whenever you are burning these fuels, LPG or CNG, these fuels will burn smoothly. They will burn and they will produce carbon dioxide and water vapor. So this is the equation now you can see here right now before you. Methane combines with oxygen to produce CO2 and H2. Butane combines with oxygen to produce CO2 and H2O. Here the equations you have to learn and practice. These can be asked. Not only these equations, all the equations of this chapter can be asked in the exam to fill or complete those equations and also to balance them. So you have to be careful to prepare and come for the exam. In the annual exam, you can expect questions of the equations also. So the fuels like petrol, diesel, kerosene, all these are the mixture of hydrocarbon. They contain larger number of the carbon atoms, and they can easily burn to produce carbon dioxide and water vapor. In the second method, first method we have seen, carbon dioxide can be produced by burning carbon and carbon based fuels. Second method now we'll see, that is thermal decomposition of the carbonate. If you take any carbonate, that is CO3 minus compound, carbonate compound, and whenever if you have taken carbonate compound and we are heating it, then what will happen? On heating this the particular carbonate compound, it will be subjected to the thermal decomposition. Decomposition means a big substance, a big compound is breaking down into smaller things. That is decomposition. And if this breaking down is happening on heating, it is thermal decomposition. Again, I repeat, a big molecule, if it is breaking down, it is a reaction called as decomposition reaction. But if that big molecule is breaking down into small molecules or atoms on heating, if this breaking is happening on heating, it is called as thermal decomposition. So right now what we are going to see is thermal decomposition. That is, carbonate compound will break down into different compounds on heating. So we can take this example, these equations. Magnesium carbonate, if you are heating it, it will break into two things. One is magnesium oxide, second is carbon dioxide. So we have produced carbon dioxide gas. Next, now calcium carbonate, that is limestone, if you heat it, it will produce calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. So this is how we can produce carbon dioxide gas, by thermal decomposition of the carbonates. That is what has happened here. So CO3, it has split into two parts. Out of this CO3, we have taken CO2 outside. What is remaining is MgO. Same way here, CO3, out of this we have taken CO2. What is remaining is CaO, that is quicklime. Point number 3 now, action of the acid on a carbonate or hydrogen carbonate. Carbonate is CO3 2 minus, hydrogen carbonate is HCO3 minus. These are the ions, the negative radicals. You learned that in previous class 7th, you have learned about this. So here we can see that compound, sodium carbonate and sodium hydrogen carbonate. One is carbonate, one is hydrogen carbonate combined with sodium. So sodium carbonate, when it is subjected with acid, when you put any acid on this, it can be H2SO4, also it can be HCl. Both will have the same reaction. So it will produce sodium sulfate, CO2, H2O. So what is the desired thing, what we wanted to produce? That is already CO2 being produced here. You can see the upward arrow also alongside, that is showing the gas is present there. Next is NaHCO3, also on acting with acid. Now here acid is HCl. We can take another one, that is H2SO4 also, no worries in that. If we have taken HCl, it will produce NaCl. If we have taken H2SO4 in place of this, if we have taken H2SO4, then what will happen? Na2SO4 will produce. Remaining product will be same only. So on reacting any carbonate or hydrogen carbonate with acid, we can produce the carbon dioxide gas. Point number 4, or fourth method, is fermentation of the sugar. If we take the carbon dioxide gas to be produced, if we take the fermentation of the sugar, this process, then also CO2 gas can be produced. So in this process, what is happening? We have to use yeast. Yeast is a type of fungi. It is a type of a fungi only, and this fungi is producing certain enzymes. These enzymes which are produced by the fungi, that is yeast is producing these enzymes. They are reacting, or they are working upon the sugar and convert this sugar into ethanol, that is alcohol, and another thing, that is carbon dioxide gas will produce. So this is how only in the sugar industries, in the sugar mills, sugar is made. But along with the sugar, one extra thing is also produced. They are called as molasses. That is another byproduct of the sugar mills only. C6H12O6 is the chemical formula of molasses. In Hindi, molasses is called as shira. So molasses is converted into ethanol. Sugar mill only will produce from the molasses ethanol, that is alcohol. And another thing that they are getting in this reaction is CO2 gas. So whenever sugar, example is molasses, is subjected to fermentation in the presence of yeast, which is a fungi, this fungi will produce certain enzymes on the molasses and undergo the process of fermentation on the sugar. And on the fermentation, on the completion of the fermentation process, ethanol will be produced and carbon dioxide gas will be released from that solution. Now we have seen different methods. Let us see the last one, that is the laboratory preparation. In a chemical lab, in a chemistry lab, how it is prepared. CO2 is prepared based on a principle of the that we are going to learn, based on the principle that by the action of the dilute HCl on carbonate ion, if you react any acid, it can be HCl, it can be H2SO4, any one we can take. So if we react any acid with carbonate, CO3 2 minus, anything of carbonate, it can be calcium carbonate, sodium carbonate, anything can be there, but carbonate is fixed. So whenever any acid react with what? With carbonate, what we will get? We will get always and always we will get carbon dioxide gas that is produced in this reaction. So here you can see this is carbon dioxide that is produced. Now we will see the procedure. So different procedures, different points we will see in the procedure. So we will take some marble chips, that is calcium carbonate only. Marble chips means calcium carbonate. We will take and put it in a flask and cover it with water. Then the flask is fitted with a thistle funnel. Above the flask, we will take a conical flask, and above that we will put a thistle funnel. In this thistle funnel, we will add dilute HCl into the thistle funnel, and this thistle funnel will do what? This funnel will allow the liquid, this acid, to fall down drop wise. In a normal funnel, acid is coming directly, but in a thistle funnel the acid will come drop wise. As the acid comes onto the marble chips, their calcium carbonate will react with this HCl, and a brisk reaction takes place. A quick reaction. Brisk means very fastly the reaction will take place, and as a result the gas is evolved which will displace the air inside the flask, and the delivery tube will allow that gas to collect upwards into the another gas jar. There it is displacing the air and collecting in another jar. So here you can observe the diagram. Now what we have done, we have taken a conical flask. Inside this flask we have taken marble chips. Marble chips are calcium carbonate. Above side you can see here, this is the thistle funnel that you can see there. So thistle funnel, in the thistle funnel what we have taken? We have taken in this funnel acid, that is HCl. So HCl will come downside, HCl will come down into this through the thistle funnel. It will enter into the flask. This tube, this pipe should be completely immersed. Thistle funnel tube should be dipped in the marble chips. It should be hidden there. It should not be upside. So when this acid will fall down now, drop wise it will come in the thistle funnel. The reaction will start. Reaction between calcium carbonate CaCO3 and HCl will start, and HCl. As a result of this reaction, what we will get? We will get calcium chloride plus carbon dioxide plus some water vapor also will produce. Whatever carbon dioxide is coming, it will start moving into this air. I am showing you the arrow. Into this delivery tube it will come, and here we have a gas jar. This gas jar is filled with air, and when CO2 gas comes, CO2 gas क्या होती है? CO2 gas heavy होती है. CO2 gas is more heavier than air. It will start collecting in this jar, and air will move outside. Air is getting displaced. Air is displaced by CO2. In which direction air is displaced? Air is displaced upwards. Air is displaced in upward manner by the carbon dioxide. So the method of collecting carbon dioxide is given in name. It is called as that CO2 is collected. How? CO2 is collected by upward displacement. By which method it is happening? Because air is getting displaced upwards only. So therefore CO2 is collected by upward displacement of air. This line I am underlining here. This you have to remember always. That is CO2 gas, whenever it is produced in the laboratory, it is collected by which method? It is done by upward displacement of air. So because the principle is same, because carbon dioxide is heavier than oxygen. Now we have to test this particular gas we have collected in this jar. We have to test this. So what we will do, we will take another tube, and through that tube we will allow this gas. This gas will be moving upwards and enter into this particular test tube. This test tube is having two solutions, Na2SO4 plus dilute H2SO4. So what will happen now here again? Reaction will take place between the carbonate and the H2SO4. CO2 gas will come outside, and it will show a particular change. Let me show here. Where it is written is here right now. Could we use H2SO4 in place of HCl? If we have taken H2SO4, then what will happen? In this case, answer is no. We cannot use H2SO4 in place of HCl. Answer is simply no. Reason क्या है? Reason is because calcium sulfate would be formed, and this calcium sulfate is insoluble. ये क्या करेगा? It will prevent from coming in contact with the acid. Means calcium sulfate if we are taking, then the reaction will stop. reaction will stop because calcium sulfate is forming and it is insoluble. It will not allow the reaction to proceed properly.